Welcome back, YouTube. Less than 48 hours ago in my last video of $5 Dogecoin in 2021, I mentioned that China will be making a huge advancement as far as in the cryptocurrency world in a major way soon. And today the reports are coming out that we're seeing a ban of cryptocurrency in China. The reports are saying that it's due to volatility, but I'm going to read as far as for what the statement says, and then I'm going to actually get into what I think is going to happen here. So the statement reads as follows. Recently, cryptocurrency prices have skyrocketed and plummeted, and speculative trading of cryptocurrency has rebounded, seriously infringing on the safety of people's property and disrupting the normal economical and financial order. It goes on to say that virtual currencies are not supported by real value, their prices are easily manipulated, and trading contracts are not protected by Chinese law. On the surface, this just looks like China is just trying to be proactive as far as for protecting its people from volatility and uncertainty. But based off of the history of China, I believe we have more here. For starters, why would such a major player in the mining of coins limit as far as like the investment side of coins in their own country? And the only thing I can think of is control and FUD. China has a habit of trying to control different avenues of information into the country, as well as banning tech companies, particularly from the US, or restricting them to the point where it's not even profitable for them to actually even be in China. And these include Facebook, YouTube, Netflix, Twitter, Google, Instagram, or pretty much any of the major tech apps that we use on a day-to-day basis here are banned in China. Even the TV shows are carefully selected. And at one time, there was actually just limited to 34 movies that can actually be 34 foreign movies that would actually be selected to make it to the Chinese cinema. I mentioned specifically that China has a history of trying to get around the US dollar as far as for like trades and goods and preventing the flow of money from China's wealth into the United States. It's okay if it's the other way around, like if China's making our goods, as far as like the trade deals, as long as they favor China, it's actually, they're okay with that. But if there's like a different or influx of wealth flowing the opposite way, that's when China usually takes action and does pretty much what it normally does. And we're going to get into that right now. So based off of who you talk to, there's a lot of different words that, you can call this. Some people call it like communism, but there's a more technical term called protectionism. And this is pretty much going to pretty much just align with their natural way of governing as far as for like control of information and control as far as like how the people like view things, like how they react to things, and more importantly, where they spend their money. Normally we see this in any like technology advancement, especially the ones coming out of the United States. We'll see China ban the like initial advancement, and then they'll create like a similar counterpart that either does the exact same thing and oftentimes having a very similar name. I wrote down a couple of them so that we can kind of get like an idea, and you can also do like your own research. So for starters, we have Amazon, they have Alibaba, we have Uber, they have Didi, we have Google, they have Baidu, and we have YouTube, and they have Youku, and these things are pretty much almost identical as far as like their functions and what they do. The only difference is they're simply controlled by the Chinese government. The list goes on and on as far as companies like this. So you can find hundreds, possibly even thousands of our major companies with a Chinese counterpart. But typically what this means is when you see a ban, it typically means that you can expect the Chinese counterpart to arise soon. So this is what I meant by my last video is I believe that China is going to make a big entry as far as into like the crypto world. And when you see a ban like this, you can expect a Chinese like boom as far as like cryptocurrencies. I believe this aligns as far as like with cryptocurrency booming as a whole around the world and gaining like a lot of media attention, and a lot of wealth is being poured into cryptocurrencies right now. This is literally the best year ever for cryptocurrencies. And again, China has always had an issue with that flow of wealth. So pretty much China is going to have its own version like of Bitcoin and Dogecoin, and pretty much compete as far as for having its people invest and pretty much keep the money as far as like in China. This isn't necessarily bad for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Depending on what kind of blockchains are built, this will actually help as far as for like a global acceptance of cryptocurrencies. After over a decade, crypto is finally having its moment in the sun. I do believe that a lot of the press that's going to be ran, especially like over the next couple of weeks, are mostly going to be FUD, because you got to remember a lot of people have shorted cryptos, Bitcoin, Dogecoin. They have like positions as far as like against it, and it's a lot going on just in the stock market as far as like in general with like different like hedge funds and things like that. So you can expect a lot of negative information, especially with the recent decline in cryptocurrencies. This decline plays to a lot of people's advantages, especially the ones that have took short positions. I believe this changes nothing as far as like in the long run. I think that, with everything being down right now, it's a perfect opportunity to buy the dip and get your cost average down. Long term, I believe this will have very little effect, probably none at all, actually. So as always, buy the dip and have diamond hands. And if you're currently looking for a different platform as far as to diversify on, I have a link to Webull in the description. And if you open an account with $100, they'll give you 2 free stocks up to $1,600 in value. I'm going to post my link here, but it's also going to be in the descriptions as far as for my social medias. You can follow me on Instagram at I am David Mitchell Jr. and on Twitter at JR David Mitchell. And I just wanted to say thank you, because I was posted in my last video, and before I actually posted the video, that I was making a push for 25,000 subscribers. We actually surpassed it, and we're almost at 26,000 now. So now we're just pretty much headed toward 30,000, and I still feel really confident that we're going to hit 50,000 by July. So please continue to share, like the video, and if you have diamond hands, please consider subscribing to the video as well. It helps YouTube push it out to new people that will have the opportunity to join and become part of the family as well. I thank you. I appreciate all of you. And until next time.